Well, the Golden Town Buffet in Bethlehem is back taking credit cards after reports of identity theft at the restaurant. Police tell me dozens of people have come forward saying that they may be victims. As we've been reporting this week, 4 employees have been arrested, and one of them has been charged with stealing credit card information using a skimmer. So if you're a victim of identity fraud, what are your rights? Joining us now, Paul Harding from Martin, Harding and Mazzotti. And Paul, I did a story on skimming over a year ago, showing people what a skimmer looked like. And yesterday I brought that back because of this particular story. It's such a tiny device. It would be so easy for someone to walk away from a table, take that information, and then use that information to his or her own purposes afterwards. Isn't that right? I mean, this thing is tiny.
It sure is, and that's exactly what happened. You had a situation where the folks at the restaurant, they had their meal, they paid with their credit card, and it's not a credit card machine. So the credit card machine that they ran the credit card through was fine, but this separate device, this skimming device, is real small, real sneaky, and what it does is it gets all the information on your magnetic strip of your credit card. In addition, often many of them have this numerical little keypad next to it, so they get your CIV number or your security code, and once they have that, as in the case here, a lot of bad things can happen.
What about that? Because if you're the victim of some kind of a credit card fraud like this, what is your responsibility? How accountable can you be held if somebody makes purchases in your name?
A bunch of years ago, the federal government came forth and really helped out the consumer. The rule is this: with a credit card, if you report the loss, and it can be a lost credit card or stolen, within 60 days, the most you're going to be responsible for is $50. If you go beyond the 60 days, if you don't report it beyond the 60 days, well, then it's your dime, and ultimately you may be responsible for all of the charges.
And do the rules change at all if you're using a debit card? Because I think a lot of people, that seems to me like really easy money to get hold of.
It sure is, and that's a great question, and they are a little bit different. You only have 2 days to report suspicious activity with your debit card, and then beyond that, because you're going to pay $50 no matter how much they take, and then up to 60 days, you can lose up to $500. So if you wait 60 days to report that, and then there's lots of losses, you could do $500, and beyond that, again, it's unlimited, and they could clean out your bank account.
So, that to me seems the important thing. Check that bank account, but what else can they do to protect themselves?
Well, I got to tell you, there are just some basic kind of things that, check your statements. You're going to get that paper copy in once a month, but you can go online. You can look at it real quick, a few times a month, even every week, and look for suspicious activity. Believe it or not, people often will give their credit card to people to use, and that is where a lot of this bad stuff happens. Once your credit card is out of your possession, you now are sort of gambling a little bit. And your PIN number. Take your PIN number. There are folks who are still using repeater PIN numbers, or their birthday or their kids' birthdays, and from what I'm told by local police, that is a pretty easy thing for people to figure out if they have access to the card.
Well, hopefully this will make everybody much more aware, and your information's been great. We're going to put it on our website, and go there if you'd like to follow up. And Paul, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Liz.
We'll look forward to talking again very soon, and if you have a question for Paul Harding, you can email them to whatariyourrights@cbs6albany.com. He'll be back again next week, Wednesday at noon.
CBS 6 News, the Weather Authority.
If your plans take you up to Saratoga today, it will be a pretty nice day. Mostly cloudy, but also mostly dry. Up at Saratoga, it's going to be similar to the rest of the region with a high temperature in the upper 70s. And really, it's not a bad day outside, but it is mostly cloudy. The radar completely clear, and the Albany Skycam has been showing clouds, but not any showers. Our temperatures, 74 degrees. That's our current temperature in Albany, but we're still warming up, upper 70s. One other thing you'll notice about the temperatures, it's a little more humid, giving it that kind of that summery feel to the air. We've been dry recently, but today those dew points are on the rise, and you can kind of feel that difference in the air. Latest temperature of 74 in Albany. It's 75 in Schenectady, 76 Glens Falls, 77 Bennington, 76 in North Adams. It is mostly cloudy, but there have been some nice breaks of sunshine, and those breaks of sun helping to warm up our temperatures. The dew points, I said, they're on the rise. Today getting into the sticky category. For many of us, it's into the lower 60s with those dew points. That's a big difference from the 40s and 50s. Dry, comfortable air that we've been seeing recently. A return to a little bit higher humidity, but not oppressive humidity. And that's not likely anytime soon. The high pressure that gave us clear skies the last couple of days, that's exiting the region. What's moving in is this area of low pressure, this warm front, and a lot of moisture. That moisture showing up very clearly here on the dew points map for the northeast. Now remember, the dew points, that's just a measure of how much water there is in the air. We were dry with dew points down in the 40s and 50s, but now we're seeing a surge of humidity with dew points rising into the 60s and even the 70s down there near Charlotte. So getting a surge of moisture, and that is going to translate into some showers and thunderstorms. Not many today, though. Today, our chance for rain will be isolated, with many of us staying dry. This is 1 p.m. Isolated showers will be possible, and they'll be most likely for areas west of the Capital Region and the Hudson Valley. They'll also be more likely in the later afternoon and evening. Generally dry by 10 o'clock. There could be some light showers. And the models aren't going to show a whole lot overnight tonight, but I think there will be the chance for a few showers overnight tonight, and there will definitely be the chance for more rain on Thursday. In fact, Thursday, Friday, those look to be the wettest days of the week. It may be dry in the morning, but it will not likely stay that way, with scattered showers and storms becoming pretty widespread as you head into the mid to later morning and certainly by the afternoon. This is noon. Thursday, we're already seeing scattered showers and storms. It looks like the threat for severe weather, though, will be fairly low, but downpours, some gusty winds, those will be possible. Now looking ahead to the weekend. Thursday, Friday, pretty wet, but Saturday, mostly dry. Another pretty nice day. And Sunday, more sunshine, low humidity, comfortable conditions. Looking at the week ahead, next week, we're not seeing a big rise in the temperatures, Liz, staying with those more comfortable conditions.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Nick. And we'll be back with Mr. Food's Test Kitchen right after the break.